What's up everybody, this is Mirthy, and today this video is going to be 5 steps on how to fight distractions. I'm just going to jump in because I don't want to waste any of your time, okay? Step 1 is going to be track down your commitments. You're going to want to find a method for keeping track of everything you have planned and everything that you didn't know you had planned. I like to use a big calendar in my house to write down all my work hours, appointments, and social events with family and friends. If it's not on the calendar, then it's not going to happen. I use the Evernote app on my phone and computer to write the same information in an easy-to-read list. Depending on the calendar type of your phone, it may do the same type of list already. I like the Evernote app because I can interchange it between my phone and my computer, and it's always there. I use a pie chart to categorize hours of usage in a day to really see how much time is on the table. Once you mark off sleep hours and work hours and all your appointments, you get to see how many hours in a 24-hour period are left on the table. The other thing I use is a timeline per day to see the times visually that I can take advantage of. Similar to Google Calendars, once you put your events in, you can visually see the gaps between, so that way you can see where you can get some extra time. Which leads into the second step. After you track down your commitments and you've tracked down your time, you can see all the time that had previously been stolen from you, recapture it, and schedule what you really want to do in those times of your day. That's why I call this step stealing back your stolen time. You need to write your own schedule into the one you have seemingly no control over, and then put onto the calendar, Evernote, pie chart, and timeline, or whatever you choose to use, the necessities of the day and the goals of the day. Your schedule should basically have no gaps in it. Doing this leaves no time for you to lose to activities that give you no fulfillment. You can always schedule in rest period, meditation, or some other relaxing ritual if you feel anxiety or anything from having such a packed schedule. TV is fine. Just schedule it so it's limited and controlled. You have to worry about your mental health as well. You can't just go hard and push everything to the side. The third step to fight distractions is going to be called destroy civilization. This doesn't mean go out into the streets and start shooting people up. This means, firstly, you need to shed the human distractions. Tell those that you cared to that you will be going radio silence for a time and to contact you physically or to be patient. Secondly, shut down as much technology as you can. TV, computer, phone, tablet. If you use any one of them for your creative process, though, you gotta weed out the distracting ways you usually use them and stick to the bare necessities. Put all the distracting apps on a farther page. I like to put my phone on Do Not Disturb mode so I can still use the voice recorder and guitar tuner apps rather than turn my whole phone off. But if all you need is a note pen and pad, then shut down that distraction. You don't want to be called, distracted by notifications, and you don't want to be on any website or app that has a forever scroll environment or that keeps suggesting you to interact with it. Example, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, and Snapchat, to name a few. Thirdly, you should be alone unless in your case it's some kind of co-writing or collaboration project or meeting. Step 4 on how to fight distractions. You need to construct a creatively conducive environment. Learn about yourself in order to know what triggers you, what triggers distraction, and what triggers creativity. You have to fuel your mind. Don't starve yourself. Don't let the belly gurgles distract you. What drinks do you like to enjoy? Or snacks maybe? Let the only thing on your mind be the task at hand. Personally, I like to enjoy a nice warm cup of homemade coffee. Select the area that provides the most efficient environment for work. I need a quiet place to limit distractions, but I also need a somewhat soundproof area where my work won't disturb others, because I'll be playing an acoustic guitar and singing fairly loudly. Or perhaps I'll be voice acting and screaming into a microphone. And if I'm recording, I don't want outside noises flooding the mic either. Many people focus too much on trying to motivate themselves or waiting to feel motivated to do something. Others are too focused on building good habits. But the number one way is to plan it and have a way to create a path of least resistance and a way to check yourself and make sure you follow through. I like to have a friend, someone who's responsible, that I hire as my manager. I have them put an alarm on their phone to call me at the time I set up as my work time. And they ask me if I'm at work. And if I'm not, then why not? I don't get mad at them like I would to a boss because I asked them to do it. Doing this helps me stick to the schedule because there's someone else checking up on me. I also do things to put my passion on the path of least resistance. You have to make doing the passion the regular, the lazy thing to do. The choice of things to do when you're bored. So just in case your planning isn't doing too well, you will still fall into the correct type of activity. I like to cancel things like Netflix. Some people completely get rid of their TV. Some cases I just tell my wife, hey, I don't want to watch TV this month, and I want to do that so I can use the time better. And then she catches me when bad habits crop up and prods me back into what I really want to do. Another thing I like to do is surround my workspace with posters that portray the message I need in my head. Things like push factors and pull factors that invigorate my yearning to be productive. For instance, do you want to retire early or at 75? Do you want to live off of your dream? These types of things I post up. I also put up inspiring things like favorite artwork, trinkets, and decorations in the room that make me feel at home. Music is the last thing I would put on in the background. Depends on what I'm working on, but I like to work usually while playing music without lyrics, so I don't get distracted by singing along to the songs. And of course, if I'm writing or learning a cover, I can't listen to something else at the same time. So silence is also something that works really well for most projects. Finally, you're at the fifth step of how to fight distractions, and that's going to be activate the subject matter expert within you. Now that you've done everything that you can to locate time, so that way you can do what you love. You've stolen back that time to do what you love. Destroyed every distraction you could so you could do what you love. And built an entire atmosphere that will empower you to do what you love. The only thing left is to become an SME, a subject matter expert. Someone who knows how to do what they love fluently and utilize that to create the best content, product, experience, or whatever it is that you do as best as you can. Do some awesome shit, go out there, and fuck shit up. Thanks.